Good morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning here anyway. So the other day I promised, or I mentioned, that I would shave with the, make a video shaving with the, this is a 1910 Jim Jr. bar. It's got the bar there that goes up and down. But it has a, excuse me, handmade handle on it that Jayara Jim made. And I got really lucky, and when I bought the head along with a couple of other razors, the owner threw in the handle, which I'm really happy to have. You may remember he's also made, Jayara makes brush handles, and I have two actually of his handles that are wonderful brushes, and this handle is no exception. The quality is awesome. So just to kind of as a comparison to show you, let me find my, this is the same razor head. This is a 1910 Junior bar, and this is what the original handle size was compared to what Jim made. And then Tom, the gentleman that made Igor, actually made the ferrule here. So it's a collaboration, but that's what the original looked like over here, and this is what this one looks like. So it's actually closer to shaving with a baton handle, which this is the treat that I used the other day. And we'll see how it goes. I have used this one. I already know how it's going to go, but we'll show it to all y'all. Also today is Williams. I was extremely busy the last couple of days, and I missed my Williams Wednesday shave, which is the most horrible thing ever. I don't miss Williams Wednesday usually. So I've got some little bit older Williams. Now in a scuttle, and these scuttles were made, they hold water, you soak your brush in them, and that's when a nice smaller bore brush comes in handy. I like the small one. I can soak it in the scuttle the way it was made. These are not made, by the way, to keep the lather warm. You've got a puck of soap up here. That's not what these are made for. I've heard people say that. I've seen it written, yada, yada, yada. It's not. There was no running water at one time, for the most part. A lot of places didn't. So you would have your hot water, you would soak your brush, and then from the water in your scuttle, you could have your shave lather. And then you would have a bowl of water, I would assume, to clean up with and that kind of thing. So there's a little scuttle, which I like a lot. That particular one is a old Foley. It's not one of the old. It was one made towards the end of, which still makes it old. You know, it's probably 30 years old, but some of the old Foleys were a lot older than that and are really collectible. This one is just, it's got the rose pattern on it and yada, yada, yada. So, get a little lather going here, and again, this is just from the water in the scuttle. I'm not using any outside water right now, and we're going to get a lather going, which this is, like I said, a little bit older Williams from when tallow was the first ingredient. They changed that, but still it's good. It's nothing wrong with it the way it is. People are rolling their eyes right now, but go ahead and roll them. Williams is good, no matter if it's the modern version or the older version. But here we go. Got a little wipe on the face. That's all the prep. There's no shower before this one. Just wipe the oil off. Warm rag. I like hot water shaves. And as always, this is how I do it. You may do it different. All I can show though is how I do things at 5:30 on a Friday morning of all times. But that's okay too. I'll have a sip of the coffee here. You gotta slurp coffee, especially when it's a nice dark roast with chicory, which is what that is. All right, so the baton handle, it's a 1910. One of my personal opinions is there's not much better than the old lather catchers. This blade is a treat blade. I think it's 3 days. I think it's got 3 full shaves on it, if I remember correctly, and I may or may not. I put the Williams on a little thick, but that's okay too. Don't freak out about your not having perfect lather. A good technique is the most important part of all this, in my opinion. Good equipment helps, good lather, good razor. But in the end, it doesn't matter if it's a Lamborghini if you can't drive. We're going to go ahead and get it good cleaned out. Well, this is a couple days worth of growth. Doesn't have any problem with it. The handle doesn't change the balance so much that it makes it harder to shave. On the flip side of that, it doesn't change it where it makes it easier to shave. It's just a handle. Some people really freak out about whether they're using a long or a short or a light or a heavy handle. The head of the razor doesn't care. It's again, technique driven. It's not talking, so I can get right up here. If you have good technique, you can adjust for a different weight or a different length or whatever and still get really good shaves. And that's just kind of how it goes. Now let's go back to re-lather here. We're going to thin the lather out a little bit this time. Of course, usually your second round is thinner anyway, just normal. We're going to make sure we get it a little thinner since the first one was a little thicker. Yeah, that looks nice, feels good. So we go back with the big old baton handle 1910. The 1910, the junior bar, the 1910 Jim Junior, and it has the bar that comes down, so we call it a junior bar, or at least that's why I do, was my first lather catcher. And I still have that razor. It was given to me by a good online friend that had started the original Safety, which out of the original Safety grew the form we have now, the original Safety 2. So Dave, of the original Safety fame, gave me my first lather catcher, as I recall. And it was one that he had actually used in a YouTube video. There's a YouTube channel called Jim Cutlery, and in that on that channel there's a video on how to load one of these razors, and it is actually this razor, 1910 Junior Bar, with that is the actual razor that he used to make that video. So I have a Movie Star razor there, if you want to look at it that way. It's one of my most prized shaving possessions. So during all that chatter, we got through with the second round, which was very nice, smooth, exactly what you would expect from a lather catcher. And we're going to do our normal third pass for cleanup with the witch hazel. I always dry my face off before the witch hazel pass, that way I'm not watering it down. You can use the Thayers or the Dickerson. I used to have some Dickerson up here, but I think I used it all. I use the regular dollar store witch hazel. Matter of fact, I think that came from Dollar General, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong. And we'll just make sure we got a good damp layer here so that everything slides nice. You can also feel, I can feel on my chin. I need to do a little cleanup work and the normal work on my neck. And I guess Bit of chin work first, and then we're going to come right back under this jawline. Kind of like we're painting happy little trees. I think I used that last video too, but it'd be okay. I'm sure Bob wouldn't mind. Alrighty, so there we have, back under that old ear there. Yeah, very nice. 1910 Jim Junior bar with a handmade baton style handle. Very nice shave. I'm very happy I got this this handle. That was totally unexpected when I had bought a couple of, actually I bought 3 lather catcher. And this one didn't have a head on it, but it had this handle with it. And it was really, really a surprise, and really a nice surprise that it was included. And I've already had a couple of people trying to get it from me, and it's not going to work. It is a bit of a molested razor. I mean, I'm kind of against replating and swapping handles around, but you know, it was made, handmade to go on here. I think that makes a difference. It makes me feel better about it. I'm okay with it. And you know, if that's hypocritical, okay, I have no worries with that. So, little smells kind of like Brute. From this one's particular one is Family Dollar. It's cheaper than the regular Brute, and I use it when I'm just you know, just going to be banging around, going out to have a cigar, or today I've got to go work on a couple of vehicles and stuff. So the dollar store stuff is great. Appreciate you once again. That was that one, and we'll see you next time.